Hi folks, got another product review for you today. It's the wireless entertainment Ergo keyboard with touchpad. Now, I'm a little confused as to who makes this because I bought this for my home theatre PC and I bought it from eBay, and on the eBay website it says that it is a Nexus keyboard, yet we've got a little sticker. I don't know if you can see that. It's a clear sticker that says Xenta. So I'm assuming that actually it's really Xenta, which is quite good because I have got a gaming mouse by Xenta, and I've got a review video on that mouse available if you've not already seen that. So that actually kind of was quite encouraging because I'm already familiar with Xenta products, which I guess are inexpensive and pretty reasonable, seem to work well. But anyway, enough of that. Let's just have a look at some of the features we get with this particular keyboard. It says it has a space-saving, centrally positioned touchpad. I'm not too sure about centrally positioned. Some is on the right hand side, but maybe that means something else. Friendly media center menus. Well, you do have a media center menu button here. 15 hotkeys, 12 embedded Vista function keys, and a function lock key. Obviously it runs at 2.4 GHz. It's compatible with Windows 7 and also designed for Windows XP and Vista, and the manufacturer is claiming a range of up to 10 meters. Okay, just have a look on the back of the box and it just gives you another overview of some of the features. But what I'm going to do is we're going to get the keyboard out of the box and we'll take a better look at it. Okay folks, so here's the keyboard. Now one thing I'm not so keen on is this kind of V shape on the keys. That's what it means by ergonomic. It's supposed to be easy to use a keyboard when the keys are kind of skewed like that. I'm a little bit skeptical in terms of styling. I'm not so keen, but it's not as bad as some I've seen, and I was after a cheap wireless keyboard that was full size so that you could type on it and had an integrated mouse. This fitted the bill. So let's just take a look at the mouse. It is a touchpad mouse which works quite well, and if you use two fingers like this you can scroll up and down through web pages and menus, which is very handy. To left click you can tap on the touchpad, or if you come over here you've got a left click button and a right click button, which is quite handy to have. Over here you've also got a set of media keys, so play, pause, stop, back, forward, volume up and down, record, and mute. Now I'm using this with Ubuntu. These keys will tend to work with the audio applications, but doesn't work with VLC, which is what I'm using to play video. Then you've got the media center button. If you're using Windows, you press that, it will pull up the media center on your PC. And then over at this side we've got some other multifunction keys, calculator, email, etc, etc. I don't really make use of those. Okay, your indicator lights are here for function lock, number lock, caps lock, and also to tell you if your battery is low. Okay, now although you have the number keys across the top here, if you prefer to have a number pad, if you press the number lock key, you will notice that some of these keys, you can probably just make that out, have blue numbers on here. So that's number 6, number 5, number 4. It's not so good in this light. So you can use these keys as a number pad if you wish to do that. It's quite clever, it's a nice idea, but it is difficult to see those numbers sometimes. So I'm not convinced that it really works all that well. The keys are not too bad. I felt cheaper. Not as nice as my Logitech keyboard, but not bad. They're nicely defined, so it's easy to know that you've pressed them and they do respond well on the screen. If we just turn this over, the wireless receiver is just tucked away in here, and if you just slide it, it comes out. So it's about the size of a USB stick. Now they claim the range is 10 meters. That might be a bit optimistic. I would recommend placing this at the front of your computer if you can. It did work at the back of mine, but in some places, even though I wasn't 10 meters away, it didn't always register. If I slightly adjusted it, then did. But I've not had any problems since I put it at the front of my machine. In fact, what I've done is I plugged it in at the back, but on an extension cable that brings it around the front, and then I just tucked this underneath the case so you can hardly see it. So it's quite discreet. And I don't have any problems. I can sit on the sofa and operate this quite nicely. Also here you've got your battery compartment. Okay, you just need a couple of AAA batteries, on-off switch, some rubber feet, and if you're going to use the keyboard on a desk and you want to angle it up, you've got 2 feet to enable you to do that. Okay. I'll confirm this does work in Ubuntu 11.04. It can take a little bit of encouragement. Usually I leave this switched on because if I turn it off and turn it back on again, I usually have to take this out and put it back in for it to register in Ubuntu. But if I leave this switched on, all I need to do when Ubuntu boots up is just right click, and that's enough for the mouse functions to work. Otherwise you just have the keyboard but not the mouse functions. But for some reason, just pressing the right click button makes it work. Now whether that's all the time in Ubuntu, I don't know. With my setup, that's what I need to do, and it works. I'm quite happy with that. This is retailing for less than £20 in the UK. That's a reasonable price because wireless keyboards can be expensive. So if you're after an inexpensive wireless keyboard with integrated mouse, then this is certainly a good purchase. It's cheap but doesn't feel too cheap actually. There's a reasonable amount of weight to the keyboard, and as I say, I've certainly experienced cheaper feeling keys on keyboards before. So overall I'm quite pleased with this. I think it's certainly a wireless keyboard worthwhile considering, and it certainly made my home theatre PC a whole lot easier to use. So thank you very much for watching this video, and please feel free to leave a comment, to rate the video, or to subscribe. Thank you.